If you're going to win a game, in a way, that's the way to do it, isn't it? The exhilaration at the end was clear.
Yeah, I'll be honest, for a manager, I don't think you want to win it that way. I think you'd rather be being comfortable so your sort of heart rate doesn't go through the roof. But yeah, I think for the fans that have made the trip up here and the players as well in terms of gaining them belief, sometimes when you've got to try and be successful and win things and get promotion and what have you, whatever you're trying to achieve, it's never easy. You know, it's difficult and you've got to work right to the last minute and thankfully for us, I thought over the piece we deserved to win it, but thankfully for us at the end, we managed to win the game.
And you needed just about all the stoppage time, and it seemed just before that, while it was still 1-1, you were trying to have your say to the fourth official, trying to make sure you got as much stoppage time as possible.
Yeah, I was getting into him as much as I could to try and get the 5, 6, whatever minutes I could get out of him, and then as soon as we scored I was turning around saying that must be it done now. So yeah, I quickly changed my tune. But to be fair, I think if you look at Bolton, everyone was slow and then when they conceded it's all of a sudden speeded up. But that's football for you.
Yeah, and Gary Hooper came on as a substitute. He didn't have too much of the ball, but that's what he can do. He took that chance so well.
Yeah, they went 3 at the back. Obviously, I put sort of Nathan was starting initially to give us a wee bit of width on that side to try and stretch the game, but we weren't getting a great deal of joy out of it. So I brought Gary on, and you know what he's like. He's got great quality in about the box. You know, if you can get the ball into him, the one thing he can do is he can finish. And thankfully for us, he had a good opportunity. It dropped him, and it was a great finish. And it deservedly, I thought, got us the points.
Yeah, and it's not often that Norwich this season have had Grabban, Jerome and Hooper all on the pitch at the same time. You did for the last quarter of the game today, which I suppose just showed how important it was that you won that game.
Yeah, it's one of them. I didn't even know the results of the other teams, but as I said before, I think we had 6 games to go, with 7 games to go. Our aim was to win them all. Now there's 4 games left. Our aim's still to win them all. So today, we threw caution at the wind, we went for it, and it paid off. And I would always do that rather than on the side of caution. You know, I think if you're going to be aggressive and be bold, then a lot of times you'll get your rewards. Sometimes you'll get picked off and you'll concede, but I would rather go for it than not go for it. You know, I think, as I said to the players at half time, you don't want to have any regrets. You know what I mean? Leave everyone on the pitch. And the last thing I would want to do is come away for the game regretting that I didn't really sort of go offensive and go for the win. And we did that, and as I say, it paid off.
Your philosophy really in this run-in is fortune favours the brave.
Yeah, of course, you've got to go for it. You know, and I think with our lineups, we've got a balanced lineup to start the games. But I think any of the games that, even if we're behind or even if we're not behind and we're leading, a lot of the times I'll make a sort of offensive substitution to peg them back, if you like, and try and, because I think your best sort of defence is offence. So, and it managed to work for us today. So I'm just really pleased for the players. I thought the amount of effort they put in and how the game went, I thought they deserved to win.
And the way you started the game, there were no signs of nerves, were you? You were the only team in it in the first sort of quarter of it.
We started great, you know, we scored the goal, and then after that we had 2 or 3 real good opportunities, maybe that final pass or even the final finish, and we didn't manage to put it in the net. And the sort of goal we conceded, we got overly stretched on the sort of left-hand side, well, our right-hand side, but we got sucked across too much. And left too much space in the middle of the box. And it happened just after that. Martin Olsen had a fantastic header to clear it. So we spoke about it at half time. I thought it improved a lot second half defensively. And we still carried a threat, but you've got to put the ball in the back of the net. It doesn't matter how much pressure, how much passing, how much possession you've got. At this stage of the season, it's just about winning. And that's what we've done.
Lewis Grabban back today, Ryan Bennett back today. It's a great time of the year to have players returning, isn't it?
Yeah, and Lewis has only been out for 4 weeks. You know, people will talk about other players, but a lot of other players, like say Elliot Bennett and Ryan Bennett, have been out for 3 months. You know, Vadis has missed the whole season. So for Lewis to come back in after 4 weeks, it's not such a tall ask. Whereas I think if you're asking guys who have missed a full season or guys who have missed 3 months to get up and into speed with what's at stake with 4 games left, it can be difficult. It's not to say that they won't be involved, but I think Lewis won't take much to get himself back up to full speed. I thought he did well when he came on today as well.
We know the team is staying up here. What happens over the next few days? Because you've got to go through all this again on Tuesday night in all likelihood.
Yeah, what will happen is the guys who didn't play will train tomorrow. The guys who did play will recover. And then we'll give them a wee bit of sort of time where they can relax. And then on Monday, we'll travel back up to Leeds, where we'll be staying in a hotel there, preparing for the game. And then we'll get ourselves ready for Tuesday night and hopefully go and do everything we can to try and win it.